YouTube has changed. The algorithm is no longer the way it used to be. So if you're out there, you're no longer getting the views, the subscribers, and the watch hours, or YouTube stopped recommending your content, you have to understand that the problem might not really be from your video. The thing is, YouTube algorithm has adjusted so much that if you are not applying these three key strategies, you can keep on uploading videos here and you will not still get the visibility and click. What you just need to do is to try your best to make sure you pay attention and do not skip any part of this video. Okay, so without much being said, let's get straight into that video. So the number one strategy is CTR, which is also known as click-through rate, and what I call the entry ticket. Now, if you're wondering what does CTR actually mean, CTR is the percentage of people who actually clicked on your video immediately after seeing your thumbnail. And in 2025, click-through rate matters a lot because most of the videos that are performing very well, it initially starts from how people are clicking on the video, which is what we call the CTR. So you have to try your best to make sure that people actually click on your video. And for a viewer to click on a video to watch, that simply means that the viewer actually find the thumbnail or the title very, very either eye catchy or very, very attention grabbing enough. And now if you upload a video and YouTube algorithm manages to weigh your first 1000 impression, and it discovered that out of 1000 impression you are having like only 10 views, it simply means that people are just looking at your thumbnail and they are not clicking on it at all. Because impression click-through rate is how many times a viewer actually come across your video. So if your impression is very, very high and your click-through rate happens to be very low, between 1% down to 3 to 4%, is actually going to affect your video visibility, which is the views. So you have to try your best to work on your CTR. Now, for example, let's assume that you upload a video and that video managed to get 2000 impression, and at the end of the day the video is having a CTR of 2% with a views of like 20 views. YouTube is going to automatically see that video as a video not worth watching, because imagine having 2000 impression and only 20 views. It simply means that people are seeing the video but they are clicking away, and this automatically sends signal to the YouTube algorithm, and that is how they will stop pushing and recommending your content. So now the question is, how can I increase my click-through rate, or how can I make people to click on my video? It all boils down to your title and your thumbnail. You have to take your time to always try your best to work on your title and your thumbnail. Gone are the days whereby you say, oh, let me use a clickbait title. It doesn't work anymore. If you still use a clickbait title or thumbnail, once a viewer click and skips immediately, that video, YouTube is still going to see it as a bad video. So have you seen that the algorithm in 2025 is totally different? That is why we have to try our best to work harder in order for us to get this visibility. And if you notice in this my video, I talked about close to 3 to 4 new YouTube feature which is currently available in our YouTube studio, and one of the feature is thumbnail testing with title testing. So now if you want to upload your video and you are not sure of the kind of title and thumbnail to use, you can now actually upload 3 different titles and 3 different thumbnail. So what YouTube is going to do, they are going to be testing it. They will first of all test the first title, then maybe tomorrow or a few hours later they test the second one before going to the third one. So they're going to be testing it to know the one that is actually performing best with your audience. So if you don't know how to access this particular feature, go ahead and click on this video, watch it and start making use of it. Or better still, start investing time in working on your title and thumbnail, because that is what is going to bring the click to your channel. So the second strategy is average view duration, which is also known as AVD, and how viewers behave after watching your video. In 2025, YouTube is prioritizing a lot of things. See, just like as I said earlier on, if you manage to get a viewer to click on your video and the viewer doesn't spend time on your content, it's completely not useful, because it's still going to send signal to the YouTube algorithm. Imagine a viewer clicking on your content, and before the next 5 to 10 seconds the viewer has clicked off already. It's going to help in reducing your average view duration or your retention itself, and this signals the YouTube algorithm. So you have to try your best to work on your video retention. And another thing is, in 2025 YouTube is now even looking beyond that. Most of the question they are asking now is, if a viewer finish watching your video, what happens next? Does the viewer leave YouTube completely, or does the viewer find your other content engaging? Which is your channel actually engaging a particular audience? And the honest truth is that for this particular thing to happen, you are in control of it. That is why I used to tell us to always make use of our playlist, end screen, and YouTube cards. It's like I'm going to be making a separate video teaching us on how to properly use this. Most of us will just go ahead and create playlists thinking that, oh, Princess said we should just compile some of our videos together and that is all. No. And you have to understand that playlists are algorithm fuel because they help to build this retention on your channel. So the number 3 strategy is metadata alignment, which is what you say versus what you show in your video. Now in 2025, there's this particular AI that is in charge of your YouTube metadata, which is your video metadata, starting from your title, your thumbnail, your tags, your hashtags. You have to try your best to make sure that you are not misleading people. Aside from the YouTube AI finding out that this particular video is not suitable for this kind of title, for this kind of tag, for this kind of hashtag, a viewer already know. Gone are the days whereby clickbait works so fast. Clickbait in this era, once a viewer click and they are not seeing what they expected to see, they are going to click off immediately and YouTube is going to stop recommending that video. You know, if it was in the past, once you use a clickbait title and thumbnail and a viewer happen to click, then YouTube automatically sees it as the video is performing well. But you see, this era, it doesn't work anymore. So that is why you have to try your best to make your title realistic. Be real with your title, be real with your thumbnail. This particular thing, I am also a victim of it. I used to do it, but recently, I have been trying to work on it because it doesn't pay. Now imagine making a video teaching people on a particular video editing software and how to use it on YouTube, and you went ahead directly to title the video how to get 1,000 subscribers in less than 3 days. Same thing with your description. You happen to optimize it based on your title and a viewer click and the viewer is hearing you talking about the software and how to install it. That viewer is going to click off immediately, and that is how you will keep attracting the wrong audience. Because the thing is, if you upload a video, YouTube studies your title, they study your thumbnail, they study all the metadata, and that is what they use when they are recommending that video to a particular audience. So now let's assume that you made this kind of video and YouTube happened to push it to this kind of audience and they are clicking and clicking off immediately. That is audience who are showing interest on how to get the subscribers faster. This simply brings a bad signal to your channel. That is why you keep posting from time to time. Sometimes you will even get the views, but your average view duration will be so low. And YouTube does not push such kind of video further. Now, for you to be able to get recommendation on your channel, always try your best to avoid clickbait. And also, if you notice, channel who actually practice this particular thing of always being realistic with their title, with their thumbnail, and with what the video itself says. If you notice, these channels, they keep doing well from time to time because they've been able to build this consistency and trust from their audience. So that is why I say try your best to make sure you generate a good title. And if you are not really good when it comes to generating title and thumbnails, you have ChatGPT there. And now we have a brand new AI in our YouTube studio who can actually help you test close to 3 different titles. This is actually mind blowing, honestly. One thing with new and small YouTuber is that the minute they test a particular feature for like one, twice, third time, or the fourth time, and they notice that the thing is not really giving them the results they initially expected, they tend to just let it be. It doesn't work that way. YouTube is all about trying, it's all about growing, it's all about learning and unlearning some things. So that is why from time to time you have to try your best to make use of the real strategies that you know that are actually responsible for more growth here. Okay. Other things are like live streaming. If you can, from time to time, try your best to always go live. That way, you can also get new audience to your channel. Okay. So all these things that I've listed in this video is going to actually help your video get recommendations more. They are working for me. And this is me telling you that if you're able to start working on these things that I just listed, most especially that number 3 points, because being able to like understand that particular point and try to divert my whole content is what is currently bringing the visibility I have lately on my channel. So every single thing I share with us on this channel, they are what I am using. They are what I've been able to teach some of my direct students. So just try your best to make sure you pay attention to all these things, and you're going to be glad you did. Okay. So that is going to be bringing us to the very end of this particular video. On this video here, this is where I talked about those 4 powerful new features that is currently live on our YouTube studio. What you just need to do is to watch this video in details, then go ahead and start checking out the one that YouTube has rolled out already on your channel and start making use of it. Then this particular video here is I listed close to 5 to 6 different things that is actually working right now, like what matters in 2025 now, which are things like your hashtag and a lot of other things that I also shared in this video. So go ahead and watch that video and you thank me later. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this particular video, and as always, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.